UConn head coach Randy Edsall. Huskies are 1-2 overall. They were in action this past Saturday at Indiana. Indiana won the game 38-3. Up next for UConn, they begin American Athletic Conference play Saturday in Orlando, Florida. They'll be facing UCF. Game will be at 7 p.m. Eastern and will be televised on ESPN2. Coach, thank you for joining us on the call. If we just get your thoughts on the game at Indiana, please, and what you expect to see as you begin conference play in Orlando Saturday against UCF.
Well, against Indiana, we just didn't. We got whipped up front going against a Big Ten team there, and had some opportunities there early in the game. Defense did a good job of getting a turnover right away, and we'll only be able to get 3 points out of it. Games like that, you got to be able to get 7. But and we had our young quarterback struggled on the road, and some of our other young guys first time on the road. But one of those games where you look at it and you make the corrections and you show them what they did right, you show them what they did wrong, and you put it behind you and you move on. And that's what we did yesterday. And now we have an even more difficult task this weekend with a very talented, well-coached UCF team, ranked in the top 25 and well-deserved, that we got to go on the road and play them. And so what we got to do is just continue to work on getting better and developing our guys. And, I know we'll bounce back and play better this week.
We'll take questions for Coach Randy Edsall, please. Star 1 on your telephone keypad will put you in the queue, and the operator will introduce you.
We'll now take a question from Trace Chalco of the Nightline Sports Network. Please go ahead. Your line is open.
Good morning, Coach. UCF's 25-game winning streak is snapped in Pittsburgh. As a coach, how much do you appreciate just how difficult it is to go perfect for as long as UCF did?
Well, I think it's very difficult, and you give UCF a lot of credit. I mean, to be able to stay focused and have it run like that, for that long, says something about their players, their coaches, in terms of their approach and how they do things, and that's hard to do. And they came within a whisker of just keeping that streak alive and competed very hard. And I know they probably felt like they had their chances to win that ball game against Pitt, but just came up a little bit short. But I have a tremendous respect for Josh and his staff and their players in terms of how they go about things and what they've been able to accomplish.
And when you see how UCF lost, do you see opportunities for your team in Saturday's game?
Well, you study the tape and you see certain things about how some people, how they beat them, and but now can your players do those same things that the Pitt players did, and does that fit with what you're trying to do? The big thing for me is always just for our guys to go out and play as hard as we can and execute to the highest level, and then hopefully the ball bounces your way and you got a chance to win. Because you can only, to me, having been in this for so long, is that you take what your kids can do and you evaluate what the other team is all about, and you just try to put your kids into the best position you can and have them go out and play loose and have fun and let the chips fall where they may at the end of the day.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep.
And we'll now take our next question from Dan Tortora of wakeupcalldt.com. Please go ahead. Your line is open.
Good morning, Coach. How are you?
Good. I'm doing fine. How are you doing?
Doing well. I had asked you about him going in because I know that you and I have spoken about the importance of recruiting, obviously, across the country, but a lot of talent in the Northeast. Stevie Scott in the game that came from Christian Brothers Academy in Syracuse. Just your thoughts about him coming out of the game against Indiana, where he had carried the ball the majority of the time, over 20 carries, had a touchdown and almost 100 yards. Just your overall take from being on the other side.
He's just a hard, powerful runner. He's not a breakaway guy. He's a physical guy that does a good job for them, and he's got thickness to him, and he's got some power to him, and plays hard and runs hard.
And then on your side of it, just what you can say about your backfield and what you've seen in these first few weeks, and maybe moving forward, what your takeaways have been through these 3 games in your rushing attack.
Well, we've been inconsistent. You know, the one thing we have to be able to do, though, is we got to be able to run the football. And, you know, I thought we got some movement in the second half of our game this past week. But, you know, it's just something that we're going to continue to work on and continue to get better at, because I just think that if we can have the ability to run the ball, you know, then it's going to help our young quarterback, and it's going to help our passing game as well.
Well, good luck this week moving forward, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And we have other questions for Coach Edsall, please. Star 1 on your telephone keypad, if so. Coach, appreciate your time as always. Look forward to hearing from you once again next Monday.